Hello and welcome back to another episode of the No Flipping Excuses Show. My name is Michael Bredhauer, and today, special treat again for you lucky viewers who have liked, commented, and subscribed, our good friend and business partner, Jason Palliser. How you doing, Jason?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm always good, man. I'm always good when you're sitting opposite of me because I feel like we're going to have a really good conversation today.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about a fun one that is awkward for most people in the real estate investment sandbox.
Awkward?
Oh, yeah, it's awkward, and it drives me freaking crazy.
These are great episodes. When we're about to talk about something that drives Jason Palliser crazy, you know,
Batshit crazy.
we're about to talk about something that so many investors are running into challenges with, and that's what drives them the most mad.
Yeah, so we're going to talk today about how do you talk to a real estate agent about being a wholesaler. And so everybody gets heartburn, been out of well, I want to do some more transactions and real estate agents are going to mess it up, or they don't want to work with me and you name it, this, that, and the other thing. Well, most of that is just the way that you approach them. Most of that is just the way that you had the conversation with them.
Right.
So let's get with the known hurdles first. Okay. So let's get with some known hurdles that we have to get past. Because here's why are we even talking about this? Because if you can become good friends and create a good relationship with some good realtors in your marketplace, you can close more transactions and you can turn it into a win-win. But you just need to approach them and talk to them and do things the right way. Okay. So it works to your benefit to do that. But let's talk about the hurdles first. I always try to speak in terms and teach people and develop that new section of your brain on whatever subject we're teaching by painting the problem, then we solve it. So what is the problem? So Mike, the biggest problem here, okay? The biggest problem is this. Well, Jason, how do I talk to a real estate agent? Because a lot of these real estate agents think that wholesalers are just there to ruin their business and take business away from them.
That ugly word.
Yeah, right. So it's really not the case, but that's what happened. So let me speak to you here for a second, okay? So the thing that you have to understand that you may have found out if you've tried to talk to a few realtors and try and get them to work with you or see things from your point of view is that, oh, well, you're just a wholesaler and you're acting like a real estate agent without a license, and why should I work with you? And so you're swimming against the current to try and get somewhere, and you feel like you're getting nowhere. And so that's all presenting yourself the right way. That's all framing. So what I want to do here, and by the way, if you like what we're talking about or have questions on it, then add a comment. We do our best to answer every question. The more you comment or have questions on things, the more we'll sit down and develop the next list of videos that we come out with to explain that, because it's our goal to impact everybody. So subscribe to the channel. We've already done the work. This is day 3 or 4 that Mike and I are sitting here shooting some videos to roll out on our No Flipping Excuses channel to you. And so we've been at this for days, just going down the list of what people have commented. So comment, like, subscribe. It's our mission to impact every investor in America, to learn new things and do it the right way, straight from our channel, free of charge. Okay. So having said that, we just have to talk to a real estate agent, Mike. So we need to talk to a real estate agent and get them to understand why it's a benefit to work to us and we're not working against them. Okay.
Yeah, and let's talk about this for one second. Let's expand on talk to the real estate agent. As a wholesaler who may be looking for a real estate agent to work with, where might you suggest they start so they can begin that conversation and have a good relationship with one?
So what I would start is identify, again, I like to step by step it, you know me.
Yep.
So 1, block out an hour. 2, identify 4 or 5 realty offices in your area and just look up online, find them on Google and get their phone numbers and just line it up. Block out everything else, your distractions, and just make calls to each of those offices. So the first order of business I would do is just call each office and say, hey, I want to do a good amount of real estate investment transactions, but I absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, want to work with the person in the office that closes the most real estate investment transactions. Okay. And so do you have anybody there? And this is a key thing to say. Here's why. The person on the other end of that phone is probably a new realtor, Because what happens if you're a new realtor at a realty office, a lot of them have what they call phone duty, or they're trying to get incoming call leads to find a buyer or seller of a property, just a regular old property to work with. So they're answering the phones because they're hungry as a new real estate agent. So if you say, hey, I want to do a lot of transactions, they may say, hey, I can work with you, right? But here's the qualifying statement that you say that gets you past that. Gatekeeper is just hungry to get a lead, just like you're hungry to close deals, right? Is just say, hey, I want to work with whoever you think is the best real estate investment agent in your office. And is there anyone here that closes more than 5 investment transactions a month? That's honestly what I'm looking for. That's the way you have the conversation when you call their office. And they may say, oh, you know what? There's a gentleman named Michael that does that, right? Michael here. Or there's a woman here named Nicole or Susan that does that. And, or whatever, it doesn't matter. Their name could be Alex, doesn't matter. But anyways, they'll tell you who it is. And then what you want to do is just reach out to them, say, hey, I want to talk to you about doing multiple transactions. And then also, talk to you about working with you and maybe even some of your clients that you work with on a regular basis. And so what I would do is just set up a lunch with them or set up a coffee. And they'll be like, okay, they may say, well, what are you talking about? Well, I'm actually marketing and getting to a lot of off-market properties. And I just want to know if I can work with you and put those to your good buyers. So I would like to sit down, pay for lunch, have a coffee with you, discuss that with you. And then when you do, and you sit down to establish that relationship with them, is this, like, hey, look, I know most of the time that, an agent doesn't want to work with somebody who wholesales. But I just want to establish a way to work with you for this reason. I'm closing transactions that your clients aren't buying. I want to solve that by working with you so that I can work with you so that you can get your commission, and I can have people that you feel like can close when a good deal is presented in front of them. So you're saying, hey, look, what you're doing is you're planting the seed. I'm closing transactions and I'm not working with you. I'd like to solve that. If you're working with a lot of investors, then I want to put those in front of you, and we can attach your realty fee to it for making sure on your end that the contract signed and all the paperwork's done right. I just need to establish with you that I'm going to make my wholesale fee. So you want to present it to where it's of benefit to that real estate agent. And
you're just having a conversation with them. We gotta emphasize this as much as possible. You're asking to talk to the agent that's dealt with the most real estate transactions, not a complicated question, bypassing a lot of the nonsense in the office. And then when you sit down with the agent, I know this trips up a lot of people. What do I say? What do I do? If you're listening to Palliser, you just explain, well, I'm a wholesaler. This is what I do. I'm marketing in the area. I'm coming across a lot of folks who, they need options. They need assistance. I can't tackle them all. I'm looking for somebody I could potentially send some of these deals to.
Correct. Now, secondly, and this is where you drive the nail in the coffin.
I love this part. Let's drop it.
So then you simply say to them, hey, look, also too, I run across property owners that need help, that it really doesn't make sense. For me from a wholesale standpoint, because they're wanting more of a retail transaction. And so I'd like to establish a relationship with you to where when I run across those where my services really don't meet their needs, I'd like to simply just put those property owners in touch with you and let you discuss with them how you can list it on the open market and maybe end up getting them what they're looking for in the property. So I want to bring my good deals to you and run some of them through you so that you can close more with your buyers that you already have, and we can make money together. And then secondly, whenever I have property owners that simply are looking more to retail where it doesn't make sense for me to be a part of the transaction, I simply want to hand them directly off to you. So I'd love to work with you in that capacity. If you have conversations like that, then you can start working with realtors. And you can also tell the realtor, after you've established what you can do for them, and say, hey, look, I know sometimes you have transactions or people come to you and you know the property isn't really going to list well or show well. I would love to talk to you about that. I may have somebody on my end, because I've worked hard on my end to develop my list of go-to people that may want to buy a property, and I can work with you in that capacity. You give me the situation, I can run it by the people that I work with, and I might have it sold where you never even have to list the property, go through all that work, have any showings, blah, 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 and my people that I work with pay cash, so you don't have to worry about bank approvals, none of that stuff. So on the flip side of that, I'd love to work with you on any of those assets that you identify that you don't think really are going to fit your regular listing model. So I'm ready, willing, and able to work with you. That's why I wanted to sit down and have lunch with you or have a coffee with you. And then anything else that you can think of on top of that, because I'm always out in the marketplace that I can do to help, just let me know.
As we, that's powerful. And I want you to pay attention to a couple of things he said as we start to wrap up here, because some of the words that he used, some of the way he delivered them is music to a real estate agent's ears.
Correct.
Hey, I'm talking to folks they might need a more retail value. Ding, 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 ding. Whoa, retail value. It's ringing my ears a little bit. What else you got? So as we grind down here, write down all those little nuances that he said. I'm reaching out in the area, marketing people, they're in a desperate situation. A lot of them, they need assistance, and I'm coming across folks that they're commanding a more retail value, and it's, out of what I can do. I'm looking for somebody to give these people to that you can talk to and talk about listing their property, music to their ears. Jason, as we, come to the end of this and talking to a real estate agent and trying to overcome the objection of, I'm a wholesaler. Oh my God, this is a terrible thing. Actually, it could be music to a real estate agent's ears. I'm a wholesaler. I have leads.
Yeah, that's just establishing why they should be working with you. You can do that, and here's the fun part. You understand that if a realtor has something that they don't want to mess with and they send it directly to you, you have a lead where somebody on the other end is motivated, and you're not competing against every other investor in town. And it's a third-party referral. They've said, hey, I have a friend that I work with that might be able to work with you on this transaction a little better. That's a lead with no competition. Isn't that what you want? Like, folks, is that not what you want? Okay. You can't do that unless you approach them the right way. And again, for some of you that are just new to the channel, subscribe, see some of the other video content. I've been speaking, teaching, training in this real estate investment sandbox for 25 years. You know what I've done for 27 years? I've worked in the financing, the banker, investment specialty banker, sandbox for 27 years. Why do I say that? Because we're talking about realtors. I've dealt with realtors that didn't understand why they should be working with me as an investment specialty banker, and then also as an investor that wholesales properties as well. I've dealt with that, not in a bad way. I've dealt with getting over what their initial thought was about working with me as a professional for 27 years. So I know exactly how to speak to them, how to present it to them, how to see a pathway to work together. So take this and use this. And again, it can be a relationship where you've got easy sales on the back end. And by the way, if they're working with investors, you may make more money per contract working with that realtor. I repeat, you may make more money per contract working with that realtor to sell to their good buyers list, because they do a lot of transactions, because the people they work with are paying more retail. So you may have a contract where you thought you were going to make 20 grand. And even with the realtor fee on it, you end up making 35 grand. It's just smart. It's just good to do on your part. So get it done. Watch this, subscribe, watch our other videos, but use this one to create the relationships with realtors.
There you have it, folks. Perfect end to a perfect episode. Get out there, have a few conversations with real estate agents, say exactly what he said, and you're going to find yourself with some good relationships with agents that can help you with not only lead sources, but moving your leads. So until the next episode, we'll see you next time.
See you soon. Hey, Jason Palliser here from the No Flipping Excuses channel. So just for being on our channel, here's what we're going to do. Go to www.theflippingbook.com, where we're going to break down for you and give you for $7. If you go to Amazon, it's $24.95. You're going to save $17 and get an instant download of our wholesaling book, where we break down how to get leads and deals under contract that other investors don't even know about, and get smoking hot deals on the back end, and then how we run circles around our competition and how you can close your first deal or start stacking on top of that. So you just need to go to theflippingbook.com and we put it together for you, and it's our gift to you for $7, not $24.95, just for being on our channel. So check it out.